Hi, I'm Natasha Lockhart. Looking for a really fun place to take the family? There's a new arcade in town.
I'm Afro Danes. Are you thinking of making some changes in your home? We have an expert with us to help you.
And I'm Stacy Beck. There's a new addiction treatment center in the area with some different ideas. You need to see this.
All this and more coming right up on Studio Chatter. Welcome to Studio Chatter. How are we doing?
So good. How are you ladies?
Fantastic.
Hey, you both have some big news.
Yeah.
Yes.
You both.
Yeah. You go
new
first.
Jobs.
All right, I'm going to go first. So
Okay.
after quitting my job, I got a new job with... Can we mention the actual company? Why not? IHC,
can.
yeah.
Well, yeah, IHC is awesome.
Yeah, it's a huge company, lots of growth, and it's great. And it's just, I feel like I've come home. You know?
Really?
Yeah, I really
Good
do.
for you.
Yeah, and my manager's
Yay.
great.
Congratulations.
Yeah, no, it's different. It's nice.
What is your role there?
So I'm a project coordinator, and so I'm underneath. So I'm supervising, or what do you say? I have an executive, and I help her coordinate her meetings, her budget. I do payroll and all of those kinds of things that I'm learning, different softwares, and I really like that aspect. I feel like I'm actually using my mind, you know.
And you're just in the first couple days, so you're on
that's
major
right.
training.
Major
a little
training.
stressful. I'm
That's
feeling
right.
overloaded right now.
Overwhelmed.
Yeah, you
So
need to
this,
go get
that.
this
A
is a big
pedicure.
difference from what you were doing
Absolutely.
before. So
Yes.
big move.
difference.
Okay.
Yeah. As far
But
as
you feel like it
stimulation,
was-
I really like that. I like to being at something where I realize that I'm actually being stimulated. That you're always learning, that you're always,
good.
you know, doing something that's you feel you're growing.
Right.
I hate being somewhere that I don't feel like I'm growing.
Stagnant.
Stagnant, yeah.
Idle.
Idle. And that's including relationships. I don't like that either. Where I feel, you know what I mean?
Oh, sure.
You always want to be moving and not always, and growing.
I feel like I like to learn, but then I also like to kind of plateau and like settle in and get to know it. But then there's, you know what I mean? Yeah.
I don't think we ever stand still. I really think that we're always progressing in some way.
Or regressing.
Or regressing, exactly.
And I've read so many things that say you're either progressing or regressing. I always think, no, I'm coasting.
coasting.
And they're like, no,
Yeah.
you're not coasting, you're regressing. I'm like, no, I just want to coast.
Yeah.
Well, and it depends too. It could be at home, it could be in your career, it could be in almost anything, because as soon as you get too comfortable, something will certainly come along to uproot you.
Yes.
In fact, it's interesting that you mentioned stagnant, because at the beginning of the year when we were talking about, you know, what's in it for you this year and picking your words, and I knew for me that it was going to be transition. So I won't mention any new names or anything either, but I'm in transition, so I'm going to be transitioning to a new role, and like Stacey had mentioned, mine's more of a lateral move, so I'll be in the same industry but a new company, so I'll be learning some new technology. So it's exciting.
That's so good.
Yeah, it's really exciting.
Oh,
so.
Guess what? I'm staying at Utah Valley Magazine.
Are you? Fantastic.
Just staying there.
Awesome. But yours is ever changing though. In the type of role that you're in, I don't think anything is really ever the
I like
same.
it because there's different deadlines and we have different publications. So
All the
through
time
year,
changing.
it's like,
Clients
Oh,
as
yeah.
well. Sometimes you're
Yeah.
meeting and
I love
it's
looking
different.
at your launch parties and the
It's
always
fun.
yeah.
Really
You're
no, it's
always
not
meeting
about me.
new
I'm just like,
clients
you guys
and-
are like, woo, glowing. And I'm like, oh, I like where I am.
No, I think that's so fantastic.
I mean, I think it's great when you find something you really love. I still don't think you're coasting, because you're loving it and you're doing it with all of your heart. You get there, you're happy, you wake up, you're like, yeah, I'm glad I've got
I love
somewhere. Exactly. So you're not coasting. I still think you're moving up, you're doing what you want. And isn't that where we all want to get to? A place where
you want to be, and
That's
you
right.
can kind of settle in.
then you never have to retire. I think it's fantastic that way.
it really is. So
What is retire anyway? What does that mean?
well, it also is International Women's Week, month, celebrating women all over the place. So I just happened to be in FedEx the other day, and I was talking to a couple of the girls in there, and I love them so much, and they know me by name, and they said, "Well, Natasha, what are you doing?" And I said, "I'm shipping this to my final trade show," and they're like, "Oh, that's sad." And I'm like, "No, it's good. Things have to end before the new can start, or something always has to end before you can start the new beginnings." And we were just chatting amongst ourselves, but just celebrating women in every capacity. I'm like, I love these girls at FedEx, and I love my girls at Studio Chatter, and I love my pageant girls, and I just think that there's so many women that just do so many different roles,
Definitely.
and the moms and the teachers and there's just so many amazing women. And I was thinking about the woman that I've been working with in India that I won't be working with anymore, and that made me sad, and just, gosh darn it, it's just, women are just neat. So
And there's enough love and enough to go around to not feel competitive with other women.
No, I
just
think
love
celebrating,
and support them and
yes.
celebrate.
And you and your councilwoman role, and just helping the roles of government turn into future leaders, and just
everyone
it's
has a place.
amazing. Yes.
Yes.
So yay us!
Yay!
Cheers to all the women making it happen.
There you go. There you go. We live in a lucky day and age to be able to do it all.
We really, really do. And and all of this cool technology around us to make it spin a little bit faster, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Well, we have a great show too.
We absolutely do.
3 women will be joining us.
Oh, that's true.
So that'll be fun. I'm looking forward to hearing
And that
from
wasn't
them.
even on purpose.
No, it wasn't. They're like 3 women. Yes.
All right, well, we'll just jump right in then. Coming up next on Studio Chatter, there's a great new place in town for the kids and you too. Stay with us to learn more. Welcome back to Studio Chatter. If you think all arcade centers are dark and dirty, you haven't been to the new fun center in town. Welcome Brittany Wall from Coin Crazy to the program.
Hi,
Welcome.
Thank you
the funnest
for
place
being
in
here.
town.
It definitely is.
It's so fun.
And it is clean and beautiful. I think that was my biggest shock when I walked in.
Yeah.
Like,
Not grimy or
right.
seedy kind of looking,
Yeah, it's just so pretty and
it is. It's so nice.
yeah, everyone needs to stop by.
Definitely. It's so nice and fresh inside. We've made sure when we were building it to make sure all the colors on the walls really pretty, and it was really visually pleasing, because you go into a lot of the other arcades around here, like in Orem and Springville, and they're just a little bit like old looking. They smell a little weird. It's a little bit icky. We wanted to make sure that it's a place you wanted to come back to. It's a place you'd feel comfortable leaving your kids at.
Well, we've been back a
Thank you.
couple of times, so thanks for that. So I know that you were able to go to the ribbon cutting.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So tell us about that.
Well, they gave us pizza, which all of us appreciated, but really thought the pizza was so tasty.
It really is, huh?
Yeah.
I love it too.
Like someone was standing next to me and they said, I wonder if you can get like takeout, like after work, I'll just swing by and get the pizza.
You definitely can, for sure.
So,
Stop by. We don't do delivery or anything like that, but for
Yeah.
sure, if you're just here to order food, order food.
Good
We wanted to
pizza.
make sure, like I said, we want to make sure everything was visually pleasing in the place. We wanted to make sure it's a place that you want to come back to, whether it's for the food, whether it's for the games, to have a good time.
Yeah.
Everything we wanted to make sure was great for the Spanish Fork
Well,
community.
I was
Fantastic.
definitely pleasantly surprised.
Oh, good.
And thank you for joining the Chamber of Commerce.
Oh, good.
There's a little plug.
So are you a family?
Yeah, so my dad and my uncle, John and Paul Snyder, they're the ones who started Coin Crazy. Paul is my dad, John is my uncle, and it's something that they've talked about doing for years. All growing up, it was always
Really?
it was always a conversation about. They didn't really know what they were going to do for a long time. It was like, maybe we should start a restaurant, maybe we should start a barbecue place, maybe we should start, etc., etc., etc. There's a million things.
What was it? What finally put them over the edge to decide coin crazy? Like, let's go crazy with coins and arcade and kids and.
It fits their personalities so well, actually. So my uncle got out of a business. He had left a business, and it was the perfect time. He was like, if we're going to do it, it's going to be now. Before I hop into something else. And so they love taking their kids to the Nickel City, like all the other places over in Spanish Fork, Springville. Their kids love it. My siblings love it. My cousins love it. And it just seemed something that fit. It was something that was missing in our community. You have to drive a good 20, 30 minutes if you want to go somewhere like that. And it was perfect for Spanish Fork, especially since it's been blowing up. There's so much going into Spanish Fork right now. It was the perfect time to do it.
So let's talk about your location. You're on Expressway Lane.
Yep, right next to the Sports Performance Academy that just opened up.
And then in that new warehouse. So did you guys like make that decision to open Coin Crazy when the warehouse had already started, or how did you get involved and know that that would be your location?
So it was just kind of all perfect timing. They were looking for a place to do it. They didn't know if they needed to buy land to just build a place up themselves, and they found that building was renting out, and it was just kind of,
oh my gosh,
perfect timing. It was
meant to be.
Well, it was perfect timing for us too. So we just had a birthday party there, and you have. Let's talk about your birthday rooms. There are three.
There's three of them.
Three. Okay. So I just hopped online. I made an online reservation. Basically, just had to show up that day. I made a deposit, and I could either I didn't necessarily have to have pizza, but I chose to have pizza. So we had a pizza party. Had my guests listed. Everybody got that. Okay, so let's talk about this. Everything is on cards.
Yes. It's called Coin Crazy, but we don't actually use nickels coins in the facility. But it actually is, one of the things we didn't like about some of our kids that did use nickels is if you ever spilled a bag, dropped it at places, they try to be nice to you and accommodate you as best as you can, but sometimes you're out of a lot of nickels. Sometimes it's hard. The kids lose them places. The cards, we actually have a system where if you do lose your card while you're playing, we can look up your card in our system and give you your card with exactly as much as you had before. So it makes it easier. If anything gets lost, it's cleaner. That's why we chose to use cards.
I was going to say, yes, it is cleaner, that kind of that dirty money feeling. But I know for like all of the kids, they each had a certain amount. So they had their amount allotted with you would get this much in coins and you get this many in tickets, and then once it's used up, it's fair and square, and then they get to go to the prize counter at the end. And I love the prize counter. Talk about that.
We have so many things. We actually just changed kind of what we were doing at the prize counter, but we have one of the things I like about our prize counter is that everything is like affordable in tickets, if that makes sense. I feel like a lot of places you go and it's like, oh, I can get 2 Tootsie Rolls and that's it. Yeah. Exactly. But
kids are like, what?
Ours, you can actually like get prizes that aren't just a Tootsie Roll or a candy. You can get like a board game up on the thing that's really not that unattainable, if that makes sense. So, but we have all sorts of prizes. We do have the candy, the regular stuff that you always get. We have things like, I think just the other day we had like a bacon cooker that was like in it, like that you said, like random prizes, but that's different than what you normally see at an arcade. I guess it's more fun.
But how did you come up with the name?
I actually don't really know how they came up with the name. I don't really know how they came up with the name. It kind of fits. It goes well, but I couldn't really tell you. I don't know where that came from. Cool. But it works. It's fun.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, and if they do run out of coins, that you can, there's a couple of refill stations, so you can just refill the more money on there, and they don't necessarily have to cash in that day either. So they can keep their card.
Yeah, those cards
you can go back on another visit, right?
So that would be fun for like a birthday gift for a tween or a young child, and give them a Coin Crazy gift card.
We sold a lot of gift cards around Christmas time. They're great stocking stuffers for people because they do never expire. And like I said, you can register them to your name too. So if they ever lost the card, you come in, hey, I need my card. My name is Brittany Wall. They can look right up for you and hand you a new one. So
that's fun.
And there's a couple of things that aren't necessarily for the tiny kids either. So there's something for the whole family. So there's little games, and then we talked to there's a little roller coaster ride, kind of the visual. What are those?
We have a lot of virtual we have a lot of virtual reality experiences at our arcade. So the one that you're talking about, the first one is it's called Virtual Rabbids. It's like the game Rabbids, if you've ever played that on like the Wii. But it's a roller coaster. We have 3 different rides. You put on the virtual reality headset, and it's crazy. You sit on a thing that makes you feel like you're going on the ride that you see, and makes me a little sick, but it's really fun. It's a blast. Wow. Little kids love it. They'll ride it and ride it and ride it.
Yes, they will. They will.
But it's really fun. And then the other virtual reality one that we have, that one's more aimed towards like smaller kids, although anyone could ride it. But the other one we have is called Hollowgate. It's a 4-player virtual reality experience. We love the idea of having a virtual reality in our facility. It's something that's really big and popular right now, but a lot of places where you go to play virtual reality, it's a 1-player experience. The rest of your group usually sits on a couch and watches you or watches a screen while you go one at a time playing, and that's not as fun. And so we wanted to make sure we had something that could be inclusive for a bunch of people so you could all experience it together. So it's 4-player, and we have a bunch of different games right now, and there's always more coming out. For example, one of them is called Zombite. Put on the headset, we give you a blaster, and you have to fight off a bunch of zombies coming at you to save the world. And it's pretty real. It's pretty fun.
Oh, wow.
It's crazy.
Did you play it, Natasha?
Imagine that. I did not. I was chasing, but the kids love it. Yes.
But that one is so fun, and all the games on that one is really fun. It's crazy to take off your headset when you're done and be like, oh, I'm in an arcade. It's very immersive. It's crazy, but it's very fun.
What are your hours?
So we're open Monday through Thursday from 3 p.m. until 10 p.m.
Okay.
And then on Fridays we're open from 1 p.m. until midnight.
Oh, wow.
And Saturdays is 10 a.m. or 11 a.m. until midnight. Sorry, 11 a.m. until midnight.
Long hours then.
Yeah, long hours, and
I love it.
I think you're probably full all of the time, right? I know the kids in our neighborhood love it. They're every Saturday, they're like, we're going to Coin Crazy.
You're welcome.
Yes,
It's
thank you
exciting.
so
And
much.
also we have a few deals too. I just wanted to make sure we
Yeah.
So Mondays we actually have a family night package. It's for a family of 4. It's admission for 4 people, 4 games of laser tag, and then everybody gets a $4 game card as well. And that's for $29.95. And then on Tuesdays and Wednesdays we have our laser tag nights. It's either from 6 to 10 p.m. You can come in and play a game of laser tag. It's $3 per person, which is normally $5 per person.
Oh, that's a
or
good
you
deal.
can buy a $9 pass for the whole night, and you can play as many games as you want on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. Perfect for mutual groups or anything like that. And then Thursdays we have our Hologate night, that virtual reality thing I was talking about. It's normally $5 per game, but on Thursdays we do 2 games for $5, so you get one for free.
Love it.
But it's just a great way to keep you active during the week. Come in. We have a lot of great deals going on. We have a lot of opportunities for corporate events too, or team building activities. Like I said, like you mentioned, birthday parties, but it's not just for little kids. You can bring your team in and come.
Yeah.
Have a blast. Too,
Awesome.
so.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Comes to ladies' night, right?
Exactly.
Interior designing can just about drive you crazy. Stay with us for some expert help. Welcome back to Studio Chatter. Are you thinking of updating your home and feel overwhelmed? You are not alone. Welcome Danelle Brockbank from Designer Home Interiors to the table. Welcome.
Thank you.
Well, 'tis the season, right?
It is.
Everybody's ready to just redesign their homes or floor
Spring
or
clean
something.
even.
Yes,
Clean
yes.
out their closet.
Yes, yes. Let's clean out something.
Yeah.
Pick a room.
Pick any room.
Pick a room,
That's
right? So I believe you brought some samples today.
I did.
Where are you from, actually? Where? So you're Designer Home Interiors.
Yes, we are in Spanish Fork, 701 South Main Street. It's right by the fairgrounds.
And what do you do there?
I am the interior designer there. Yeah.
So you work with either a new build or remodels.
Yes. Well, we do both. We do a lot of both.
Is there one that's
I was going to say, what's your favorite?
or what's
You
more
know what?
popular?
It's all great. It's just helping people find solutions and not be overwhelmed with what they're doing. And so that is our main goal, is just try to help everybody that we work with and make it be a great experience. We provide a lot of different materials. We do flooring, all kinds of floorings, carpet, hard surfaces, and we also do all kinds of tile for bathrooms, or a lot of people like to still do tile also as flooring. So we offer all kinds of products.
It's a beautiful store and price range. You can go on lower end or
Right. We can
higher
hit-
end. So whatever
we can
the
hit-
budget is.
Yes, we can hit any price point.
And Danelle, I've known you for
A long time.
I know a long time, and I think just working with you, like you guys helped me pick out my backsplash, but you're such a sweetheart.
No.
And you're like,
Thanks.
and you just have a beautiful home, and I would recommend and trust you with
That's so nice.
with that. So you wanted to cover windows,
Yes,
and
windows
flooring.
and the new
Okay.
floor covering, which is really a hot thing right now.
Okay, let's start with that.
So I did bring some pictures, and Peter's going to add some of these pictures to us for us. But this is a luxury vinyl plank, and this, when I started about 4.5 years ago, this is kind of what everything was similar to this. It's evolved a lot, and that
In
is-
4 years.
it has really evolved a lot. So now this is kind of the hot product right now, and this is what we call a stone core product, a rigid core, and you can tell a huge difference. It is really dense, and you can.
An upgrade from the vinyl.
Oh, well, this is still a vinyl plank.
Oh, okay.
It is still vinyl plank, but it is like there's the backing.
So do you assemble or do you just design?
So it is a click.
But you have guys that can do the installation as well.
And also, it's a pretty easy product to install. We have a lot of people that do it themselves if they're, pretty handy. So
Yeah.
I'm not handy.
But it's cute.
I can mess up anything. Well, yeah, but
So anyway,
so would you recommend a vinyl like this over like a hardwood, or is that
So this
pricing?
is, so the thing that is so appealing to this is it's totally waterproof. So and that's what everybody is loving about this. It is a total waterproof floor.
Right.
Where hardwood gets dinged and
Buckled as
when
well,
I
sometimes.
spill water, because I tend to do that, or my ice maker, I think it's on water and it's on ice and ice falls out all over. Anyways, but yeah,
Right.
I think
This
the
is so much
waterproofing
better,
is a great idea, and that's one of your most popular.
So it is the
Items
hottest
right
thing
now.
right now.
That is crazy.
It is. Everybody loves it, and it's beautiful. A lot of people, when they put it install it, I said, you're going to have people be touching it and saying, "No way, this is not wood," because it looks so good.
And what about cleaning?
It's amazing.
Easier to clean?
Oh yes, so amazing to clean.
Okay.
So I talked to all of my clients that I stopped and got pictures from today, and I said, "So how have you liked it?" And they just, every one of them, just love it. Everybody loves it.
Oh, that's awesome. And you just brought in one color, but I'm sure there's
Oh,
a variety
lots.
of colors, right?
Light to
Yeah.
dark,
Oh, that's
and all
so
kinds
cool.
of fun. Okay, all right.
And then how about your
Okay,
windows?
can I just give a testimony about
Yeah.
plantation
Yes,
shutters?
yes.
In our previous house, our shutters had gone yellow because the sun just eats away, and so we invested because I think plantation shutters are definitely an investment. But what a difference on when you open your blinds! It allows so much more light into your house. But then when they're shut, it keeps the cold out in the winter and
It
the
does.
heat out in the summer. Like when you open up your blinds, you can just feel, heat
Right.
or cold. So
Right.
I don't know. And I just love driving by homes. It gives a good curb appeal.
It does.
Oh, I agree.
It
I
is
think they're
beautiful
gorgeous.
inside and
Yeah.
outside. So this is kind of a fun option. Turn it around. So there you go. Flip it the other way.
Like this way?
Yes, because this is an option that you can get where you can shut the bottom part of your shutters,
Oh yes, I have
which
this
is a
in
free
fact,
option. Yes.
over my tub.
And that way you can have privacy on the lower, and then you can
Yeah.
keep the upper part open.
Okay.
And then we also do them, which is quite on trend right now, is to do it without the bar, and which is called with a vista, and that is just a bar on the sides, and you just open them with your hands. When
And
you're,
do most people do white?
yes.
Okay.
You can do a stain too.
Okay.
But the trend right now is still
It's definitely white. And I like too that like if they're installed, you can open them like this and even let more light in. It's, it's like
I
a
agree.
shutter.
I love
So
them.
pretty. Very
And they're
pretty.
kind of timeless. Like they're always
Yeah.
going to they're really not going to be go out of style. They're not trendy. They're just,
They are timeless. They are.
Yeah, I think this is one of the best things I've
Yeah.
ever done.
Right.
And then what do we have over here?
Okay, so these are cellular shades.
Oh, I
so we do
love
these, and so these are the cordless. So
Am I doing this correctly?
flip around
Oh,
that way.
okay.
There you go.
Okay.
So that would be the top, and so these are the cordless, and we do quite a few of these, and also the roller shades. And I have pictures also of roller shades, and a lot of times people like this if they have a beautiful view. You can see how
here we go.
how these stack
way,
tight.
yes.
Okay.
You do have these with the remote?
And you
No,
yes,
so
well you can
Okay.
get those with the rope, but these are cordless. So
okay.
if you have a beautiful view, just show how tight these stack. There you go, just like that up on top. So one thing that when people have shutters, they feel like sometimes it cuts out too much of the view. So you can do this or roller shades, and you
Okay.
still have a really lovely view.
And what about price comparison?
So they are about half the price of shutters.
Oh,
If you do motorized,
Wow.
if you do motorized, they may be a little bit more than half, but they're around that.
okay. Does anyone do mini blinds anymore?
Well, I visited my son in Portland, and their brand new apartment had little metal mini blinds.
Oh, I just remembered that.
Yeah.
Okay, cleaning plantation shutters. Oh my gosh,
Amazing.
Because I remember getting a hot washcloth on my blinds and going over each
Yeah.
one and then drying them, and I'm like, these are Wonderful.
I think these, especially when you have the remote as well, in high locations when you don't have to keep the sun out.
So motorized, when you do motorized, they are equal in price to shutters when you do the motorized.
Wow.
But that's a wonderful feature because you can pull them all up and down at the same time. It's really nice. When you have multiple windows, it's beautiful.
So we only have, another minute?
Yes.
What's the trend of 2019? What do you think we'll see in the parade of homes, or what are people bringing into their homes right now that maybe were...
More color, and tones are warming up a bit. Like on our flooring, we're doing a lot of flooring that is a little bit warmer like this.
So it's starting to shift
a little bit. Grays are still very popular.
Right.
Our cabinets that we still do probably 80%, 75-80% white. So people are still living white cabinets.
Going strong. Okay. Awesome.
Wow. We'll have to have you back another time
know,
to
that's
do
fun.
something else, highlight something else.
Thanks, Danelle.
Thank you so much.
Okay,
That was
thank you.
amazing. Coming up next on Studio Chatter, why are we so obsessed with crime? Let's talk about that. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to Studio Chatter. Ted Bundy, making a murderer, abducted in plain sight. We love crime stories. Is that true?
We do.
I don't.
She doesn't.
No, there's nothing for me.
Why?
Like, you're not drawn to all of this at all?
No. Oh my gosh, no.
Okay.
No.
'Cause you said you cannot watch the news.
No, I don't.
I
Listen
don't
to the
love
news.
watching the
I hate
news.
negativity. Why do I want to watch someone's crime?
Okay, but
Or how they solved it or didn't solve it?
But you don't even
Yes.
don't even watch it. Don't watch it. So do you listen to the news?
I don't.
Okay.
Do I read it? No, I don't. I like,
so-
like Miss Marple or
What's Miss Marple?
oh, see, or
Oh, I thought you meant like
Sherlock Holmes, or even that the new version. I don't really like.
Okay, so there's those that are. I mean, they're entertainment, but
Yes.
let's
Poirot, that's
let's
who.
segregate entertainment
Yeah.
from actual news for a minute. Like,
Yeah.
let's just say headline news.
Yeah,
I mean, because you're an educated woman.
absolutely.
So I know that you want to know what's going on in the world around you.
Absolutely,
Bad things happen.
absolutely.
So
All the time.
Yeah. So you have, I mean, to a degree, you have to know what's going on.
But why would I want to watch it?
Well, I'm
Like,
not
take
even telling
time
you to
out
watch
to
it.
watch an hour and a half or
Not even
a
an
whole
hour and a half.
series.
I'm saying the top 5 things going on in your world, like
So you're talking just news
just
right now.
news. I'm just talking straight up news because things are going to happen. Like even affected you on your on your way to work. There's an accident on the side of the road.
I listen to KSL for like the 5 minutes traffic news. Yes.
Okay, so only traffic news.
Absolutely, all 2 minutes of it. Headline news, and that's
I
it.
mean, and you're raising children.
Absolutely,
So,
to be in a happy world. Yes, indeed.
okay, but that's like,
Not reality,
that's,
but
right.
you know what? Don't you think that reality hits us all every day? I'm not with my kids all the time.
Right.
And so I just feel like it's inundated. We'll turn the news on whilst I'm driving. And I'm not kidding you, within 30 seconds, there was a murder here, someone got crashed, someone was abducted, sexually molested, this, and this.
Right.
I don't want to start our morning that way.
Yeah, and I don't even want to debate this with you. However, it goes on.
It does.
Okay, it does go on.
Yes.
So that aside, we know that it goes on.
It does,
So
yes.
there's the part to just being educated about it, right?
Okay.
Because I stick, the little gizmo watch on my own daughter simply for a GPS tracking system.
Right.
Because it goes on.
Yes.
And then we are drawn as a society to being entertained by it almost.
Exactly.
Oddly
Absolutely.
enough.
Fascinated.
Or fascinated.
And
That's,
what's drawing us in?
Yeah.
well, I have my belief about the fascination because it's been going on for centuries.
yeah.
I mean, it's been going on for years, but we even talk about the roadside accidents. So bottleneckers on the, what draws us? What draws us to look? What draws us to listen? Is it that we can possibly change it? What's our part in the dilemma? I mean, what is it that's so intriguing about it? So as we know right now, the Ted Bundy files, I mean, that's been moons ago, you know?
Yeah.
But now it's, you know,
resurfaced
again.
But not just Ted Bundy.
Not just, right.
There's a lot of books on serial killers out right now, podcasts on cold cases. You know, the biggest one right now is KSL with Josh and Susan Powell. And that's just, you know, everyone's talking about it. But then there's so many other things, you know, Abducted in Plain Sight, Ted Bundy, all on Netflix. But then books, it's more of a fascination, but maybe it's just a craze right now. It's like peaking, and maybe it'll just kind of, you know what I mean?
But the reasons for it is what?
So
I don't know. That's what I wanted to
so I know
ask
my
you guys
personal
about.
fascination, if you will, is simply just because of the line of work that I'm in. I mean, forensic files or cybercrime, or you know, even because of in the Powell case, like, you know, what about the hard drive, or what was he thinking, or what kind of data did they actually find? So that's one case that way. But I mean, Abducted in Plain Sight, I mean,
I know.
like, I can't even. So when anybody talks about watching that, I mean, and we've talked about it with you prior, I mean, it's not about actually it is about a child being abducted, of course, but
She's alive and well now, though, so it's not like a murder show.
So it's not like, it's like, oh no, not professing to go watch it for even the entertainment value or anything about that, but it's just, you can't even, I literally couldn't wrap my head around, and I'll just say it, the stupidity of the parents. I mean, I was appalled that it even went on. And then
I agree.
and sorry, because I know that you haven't watched it, but just even a second time, like, for the love, like, don't press charges. You know, you're not going to press charges, but do not let this man come back into your lives.
And lo and behold, he's there again.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Like, are you kidding me? That's the one that just...
So there was like entertainment value, but shock value.
Shock value, for sure. Yeah.
I think all of them probably have that shock value. I mean, I would think most of us live, you know, somewhat normal lives, right? And it's just kind of, you know, you have your things, but this is so drastically different. So different than our everyday life. A killer or an abductor or something that it's just like, wow, like, what makes them do it? I think that's what the FBI is trying to figure out. Why? I mean, they're like examining these people's brains. Like, what's in their brain? Are you born like this? Or is it your nurturing? Or is it a trauma in your life? Why are these men or women like this?
So I would dare say maybe the takeaway from any of this, education, like, at least, like,
I'm thinking differently about things because I'm
like,
very trusting about everyone.
Sure.
And recently, I'm more like,
you know, it makes you kind of question everything. Like, am I really thinking my steps through, or like maybe second guessing yourself, or
just be aware.
Just be aware.
Be aware.
Really, really. So I guess if there's entertainment value in it, maybe just watch yourself. I don't know, be careful.
I don't think we're any different, though, than, like you said, thousands of years ago, where they would go to the gladiators and watch them be eaten
But
alive.
the gladiators is like, it's live. I don't know. I mean, not everyone's going to go to the gladiators, are they?
No, but they filled that stadium with thousands and
People, that was entertainment back then.
Yeah,
but-
beheadings. Can you imagine like people gathering around now for a beheading?
Yeah, I bet there'll be a lot. Absolutely, why not?
But
You know?
that was their entertainment back then.
Yeah,
I guess you're right. You know, the difference is that you're just watching it on television now rather than because it's not legal. I don't know. It's very
It's
strange.
the same as the other show what was the one that the suicide one, the 13 reasons why.
And I
Do you
would
know
say
what
the
I
same
mean?
thing about that.
Yeah.
Maybe just, you know, what's going on in your schools and education, and be careful. Okay, we're getting the cut here. Coming up next, sometimes getting over an addiction requires some drastic measures. Stay with us for some help. Welcome back to Studio Chatter. Fighting addiction is a life-altering challenge, and there are times you need full-time help. And with some new ideas on how to combat addiction, welcome Nancy Spitzer from Ardu Recovery Center to the Chatter.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Hi, Nancy.
Hi.
So tell us about your role at Ardu. What do you do?
So I'm the clinical director, so I'm over the entire clinical department.
Okay.
So we have a multitude of therapists there. So all of our clients get an individual session. We do intensive family therapy. And then on top of that, we create their treatment plan from the day they come in and their aftercare plan. So, and then we work together. We work with the medical team, the nursing team, and make sure that we're all communicating. We also offer case management services. A lot of our clients have legal issues or they have FMLA, so we need to communicate with their jobs to make sure that when they're there, their sole focus is on recovery.
Oh, wow. And when you talk about recovery, recovering from what exactly?
Sure. So that's a really good question. So our clients, in order to be a patient at our services, they need to have a diagnosis of substance abuse. Mm-hmm. And then we also take clients with mental health issues. So depression, anxiety, bipolar, schizoaffective. So we work with a variety of different individuals struggling with mental health as well.
All right. And you're in Provo.
We are in Provo, yeah. So they renovated a nursing center and they've done a fantastic job. It's a beautiful facility and I'm really grateful to work there. It's a wonderful place for people to get better.
And I've been there and we chatted there and it's beautiful. You guys were featured in Utah Valley Magazine earlier this year and have done a write-up and you guys just got off the ground a couple of months ago. So you're new. Are you starting to fill up? Do you have space?
We are starting to fill up. So our specialty is really detox science. So basically, we are able to detoxify clients suffering from alcoholism, drug abuse, and that's really what our specialty is. We have a full-time medical staff as well. So if your loved one enters our treatment, they're never without someone monitoring and watching them. So it helps our clients really develop an understanding of what's going on because there's staff always with them, but then also for someone who's maybe their spouse is in treatment, they don't have to worry about them. They're in a safe place.
Okay. And how many people would you say you are able to?
We have a capacity for 76 beds.
Oh, really?
My goodness.
That's huge.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So
what's the average stay, or is that too general of a question?
No, that's a good question. So for detoxification services, it's average 10 to 13 days depending on what the substance is.
Okay.
Alcohol detox is typically a little bit longer. Same with benzodiazepine, that can be longer. Opioid use, it can be shorter. And then our residential program is 30 days.
On top of the 14-ish days.
Yeah.
Can you describe to us like what detox looks like?
From my perspective, so when we have a fantastic physician assistant, Blake Rapier, who is just amazing, and we have a great director of nursing, Amy McAllister. So our clients really get hands-on service. Blake is there full-time. So our clients are actually very motivated from day one. They're on medications, but they're monitored, but they still can participate in groups and individual and family therapy, and most of them really do want to.
Right.
So from that perspective, obviously there's still the sweats and feeling, kind of awful in the beginning days, but it's a reminder of where you're coming from and where you need to be. And if it wasn't a struggle in the beginning, you might not ever go through that process, and that's an important process. So that's kind of what it's like in the beginning days. You kind of feel like you have the flu, and Blake talks about that a lot. He's really educational with our clients, talks about, the addiction pathways and how to rebuild pleasure pathways in a healthy way without using drugs and alcohol. Yeah.
So are most of your clients there at their own will? Some against their will, maybe?
Some are, I would say they have court issues, so they come in for, to work on that. But most of them really have a desire to change their lives. They've been dealing with this for 10 plus years and are just done. They're tired, they're exhausted. They're in a really a difficult place of pain. So it's time for them to start a new life.
Okay.
What's been your success rate? as far as people coming in and
Yes.
leaving?
So far we've had 100% success complete our program. We have an alumni program, so every Thursday evening we offer a meeting and a meal to our clients. So a lot of them love to come back. They really love our staff. Most of our staff is in recovery, so they come from a very similar perspective, and they really want to, catch up and see the other clients and give back and connect.
I like that idea to come back, because then you're part of a community, and I think that's just huge. And you're held accountable. Like, ooh, I have to go back and report. I want to have good news.
Yeah, so that's a big part of it. We all join. The staff comes for dinner on Thursday evenings too. We also provide a free family support group. That support group is for anybody in Utah or even beyond that. It doesn't have to just be for our clients.
Really?
So I run that. And it's for
amazing.
Any family member, loved one, spouse, anyone who doesn't, even siblings can come to that group as long as they're over the age of 18. And we talk about a lot of real issues, like what's actually going on, how you're affected by addiction, because it's not just the person in treatment, it's also the other people around them that really struggle. So we want to get them to the place of educating them, understanding how to start their own recovery process and grow.
Okay, and what day of the week is that?
That's also on a Thursday evening.
Okay.
It's the last Thursday of every month. We provide that from 7 to 8 p.m.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, I know that when I was perusing the website a little bit, we were talking about some of the holistic approaches with the float therapy and the vibrotherapy. Can you tell us a little bit more about some of those?
Yeah. So our owners really had the intention of having innovative sciences. They have either had family members or they've gone through it themselves, and they were tired of kind of the same pattern of treatment being kind of cookie cutter. So they said, what can we offer that's different for our population? And one of the things that they wanted to do was have a float tank, because it's sensory deprivation. It helps our clients. A lot of our clients who've gone through it already, it just clears their mind. It's dark in there. There's some starlights. We pump music through there. It's actually pretty amazing. And the clients for about 30 minutes get to have, they lose those racing thoughts. So it's a really great coping skill. Our biosound bed also, it provides music, so you get vibration with meditation. So that's really different. We offer, we offer oxygen therapy as well.
Yes,
so we have a whole bunch of different scents. The clients ask for that all the time, and it's just to help them. Also, some of our clients are out of state, so they're not used to the altitude here. So it's just another coping skill. Yeah. So anything we can do. We also offer amino acid IV therapy, which is a vitamin supplement that they can get, and it actually rebuilds their cellular development. So, and it's a 10-day process. Most of our clients do it during detox. It is a separate charge other than just insurance or our cash pay rate, but our clients really benefit from it. Also helps with cravings, some of the detox symptoms. So we try to provide as much as we possibly can in a short period of time so that they can really thrive.
Wow, that's fantastic.
Yeah, that sounds inspiring.
Alternative therapy, of course.
So if any of our viewers are just watching, but they have a family member or a close friend that is dealing with some sort of addiction, do you just recommend that they call and set up an appointment and see if you're the next step, or where they start, or where do they turn to?
So we even if we're not the right fit, like you were talking about, we would just love to talk to them and see what is the right fit. Not all of our clients are going to want to come to treatment or need that high level of care, right? But they can come to us, talk to us. We're more than welcome to do a free assessment on any client that needs help.
Okay.
Wow. Awesome. So where are you? We in Provo.
Yeah.
Okay. And what number telephone number?
Sure. So 801-810-1234. So it's pretty easy to get. So, and also just on top of that, our therapy program is very much based around the underlying issues of addiction. So we do trauma work there a lot. Most of our clients have some significant trauma in their life, and that's pretty much why they're using. So we teach them the skills, seeking safety skills, grounding skills, to give them an idea of when they leave, how to sustain their sobriety as well.
That's, I think, key.
Yeah.
They're in there, and it's a safe place, and you have that support, and you're being fed and get these different things. Like, like doing a float pot or the aromatherapy.
Meditation.
Yeah. And you're like, oh, I can totally stay clean. And then you go out into the big bad world and those temptations and
Yeah, we make sure
behaviors come
all
back.
of our clients have an aftercare plan as well. So we work with a lot of different facilities in the area and out of state as well to get them to outpatient care so they continue to do therapy.
Okay.
Very good. All right. Well, thanks for stopping by, and we'll make sure to share your information.
Best of luck.
There's more studio chatter coming up. Welcome back. We made it. What did we learn?
Woo-woo. Coin Crazy uses cards and not coins.
That's true. That is true.
That's right.
But it is so much fun. You need to take your boys.
They have.
Oh, you have
yeah,
them. Okay,
they
okay.
went to a birthday party and they loved the virtual reality. And,
So much fun.
yeah, it was good.
Yeah,
We didn't eat the pizza, but it was fun.
Good pizza.
Yeah.
You guys, I said this last time, I love homes. And so to have Danelle come from and talk about all the upcoming trends
That's
or the things
right.
that they've improved on so much in just the last couple of years.
Yeah, the
Vinyl
floor.
flooring looking like hardwood,
Wood.
like that's a win.
So nice. Yeah.
So what are you changing?
Oh, I'm not.
What's your next redo? Nothing?
my-
Well, if you could change one thing in your house right now, what would it be?
I want shiplap.
Do you?
Yeah, and Chris told me no, he's not going to put it up.
Oh. Well, do it yourself. I've heard it's pretty easy.
Ooh, my brother could do it.
There you go.
Brian, are you watching?
I didn't say anything. I didn't tell her to do
What
it.
would you do?
Oh, gosh. I'm still...
You did some big things last year.
Yeah. What would I do? I don't really want to change anything except
Flooring.
maybe my furnishings.
Okay, furnishings for you, flooring.
Flooring. Yeah, I'd like to. Well, we
You
did
kind of have
most
to
of
do
it.
that every
So often,
Yeah.
yeah. Like I said, I've said it before, I'd love my whole house to be flooring, wood, vinyl.
See, and a lot of people say
With
that I would
rugs.
rather vacuum any day of the week than sweep.
Really? Oh, no. I love it.
Really?
Oh, 100%.
No.
I love vacuuming.
I love to vacuum,
like
too,
vacuum too.
but I probably sweep 3 or 4 times a day still. As
I
well.
know, and it's horrible.
It is horrible.
I hate it. So, like, I want to vacuum.
Yeah.
But I have hard choice.
Yeah. Hey, book club. How is Dare to...
Okay, we're going to talk about it next time
Okay, yes, we are.
because
But
we're about done.
that's right. Yeah.
We're loving it a little bit more than you.
Yes.
I love it.
Okay.
I
I
want to
like
buy
it. I don't love it.
all of Brene Brown's books now.
Yeah. Really,
Well,
really
you
good.
do that.
I'm doing I have my red pen.
Uh-huh.
Today I was even writing notes in another book.
at
Like,
you.
I'm loving
Yeah,
it. I
fantastic.
love it.
Good.
Just
Okay.
those self-help, motivational
Yeah,
leadership
love
books.
And she just takes it up a notch because of where her background research.
Yeah,
and
she's
I love
wise.
that, isn't she? Yeah.
Yeah.
She knows her stuff. So.
She really does.
Yeah.
And on a serious note, your client, are due.
Yes.
If you have a loved one that's maybe struggling with some addiction problems, they're in Provo.
Back when I was little, I think it was like, oh, we know someone distantly down in another
Yes,
city that
yeah.
might be addicted or something. And
Yeah.
and nowadays I think it's
Nowadays, you can't tell. You don't know who's addicted to anything,
good point.
right?
But I think we all know someone within our family unit, like our extended
has been,
family.
yes,
Don't you think
absolutely.
most families have
Yeah.
someone
Yeah.
that's struggling. So
Yeah. So it's
Yeah.
good to be aware of all these.
I loved her alternative therapy
Places.
solutions.
yeah.
Seems like they have some really great things going on there.
Yeah. And I'm glad there are centers out there to help people.
Yeah, there's a lot of help out there.
Yeah.
And everyone should use them. That's what I'm
Absolutely.
saying. Yeah.
And I'm all about woman power right now.
Yes.
International
That
Women's
and
Month.
Rachel Hollis, which we love.
Yes.
Her new book came
Yes,
out.
yeah.
So
Ah.
girls, stop apologizing.
You stop it.
I did listen to chapter 4 on our podcast today.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, it like lit me
Yeah.
on fire in my heart. Like I was like, this is exactly how I would say it.
Mm-hmm.
I sent the podcast to my 2 daughters and daughter-in-law, my son's girlfriend. I'm like, if I could give you something, I want you each to listen to this. It was powerful.
I only saw part of her Instagram the day it came out, and she was just like, for all of you antis and you haters and everybody, she's like, here I am
Yep.
again.
Just own it.
So
So
yay for her.
I say
Yay for women.
listen to
Yep.
that podcast. It's a good one.
Awesome, awesome. Okay. Well, thanks for being here with us. We hope you enjoyed the chatter. Please tell a friend about us.